Rest is a crucial aspect of maintaining our health mentally and physically. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son, or daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals, nor any foreigner residing in your towns. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea and all that is in them, but he rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Exodus 28-11. In the beginning there was rest. Even God rested, and he calls us to rest as well. He asks for 1 day out of the 7 days we have in our week, and he doesn't ask for his own selfish gain or self-seeking purposes. This day of rest is meant to recharge and refuel us for the rest of our week, so we can naturally overflow into others. It says he blessed the seventh day. That day was a gift given by God. You may have participated in a Sabbath before and been very consistent with it, but eventually things got in the way and you stopped dedicating that day to rest. And that's okay. That was the past, and now today is a new day. We have the ability to be intentional about the next steps that we take that not only lead into our future, but impact our future. Same thing for the one who has never participated in a Sabbath day. It seems dreadful at first, and if you're like me, it's hard to sit and rest, knowing that there's so much you either have to do or so much that you could be doing in that moment. But after the day of rest, you've spent dwelling in the presence of the Lord and meditating on the Lord, who he is, and that he is truly with you always, it does something to you. It fuels you, and it sets the tone for the rest of your week. Today's generation is heavy on grinding, no breaks, nor rest. But that's because they only have their eyes on one thing, and that's money. For us, our eyes are to remain on Christ, because we know who our Father is. We know where our provision ultimately comes from. So us stepping back, resting and trusting God, gives God room to do what only God can do. If we constantly take matters into our own hands and never stop for a moment, we don't give God time and room to work. He says, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalms 46:10. Rest causes us to be still for a moment, wait on God, and trust that he is working when we are not. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. Resting isn't only for your own spiritual growth, but to grow your relationship with the Lord as well. God wants to work for you, but he can't if you don't let him. It's like you're in the kitchen scrambling, stressing to cook dinner, and God is oh so gently saying, "I'd love to cook. You go rest. Let me take care of this." But we constantly block out the sound of his voice, inevitably assuming that we know what we are doing more than God does, or that we can do a better job than He would do. We can't do it all, and we surely can't do what God can do. And at some point you will be so burnt out from trying to that you'll be forced to surrender it all to God and rest when you could have saved yourself a lot of trials and trouble, willingly surrendering to Him one day out of the 7 days in the week.
Okay, I'm trying to keep it mildly spicy. It's interesting to me when I see people who say, "Oh, I want to follow people and listen to people that are preaching and teaching and talking sound doctrine." Yeah. And how can we point that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish but have eternal life? One framework I can have is my concept. Read the word love, I'm assuming what John means by it, rather than asking the question, what does John mean by that? Yeah. So when I